Hello, hello, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Red, White, and Brown, brought to you by Daisy's Live. And today we got a very special treat for you guys. We have Tasha here with us. Tasha is a grad student over at NYU, and I'll let Tasha just introduce herself a little bit. Tasha, welcome aboard. How's it going?
Thanks, Michael. It's going really well. Hi, everyone. So nice for you to have me. My name is Tasha Randawa. Like Michael said, I'm a grad student at NYU, but Bay Area native, studied film. So I think this is a really good platform for me. I might have some, valuable things to say and contribute. So thanks for
Of
having me.
course, of course.
And
And you
welcome,
guys,
welcome on board Team Daisy's Life, Tasha.
Daisies, yeah.
yeah, Tasha will be writing reviews, be uploading content right alongside of me and Mira, and very excited to have her. If you guys know Mira, you guys will love Tasha because just like M, Tasha also has a hunk hot list of her own. And we're very excited to be diving into the first film on this series, which is Spirited, which has the lovely Ryan Reynolds. We always talk about him here on this show. We got two people.
He's not hunk hot list. He's perennial hunk hot list. He is
exactly.
He's
He
the
is the
god of
pinnacle.
hunk hot lists.
So I'm gonna give it to M. Take it away, because Spirited was a great little musical that came out around the holiday times, and we loved it. So want to just have M start us off here.
So, do you know, there's a little history about Spirited. Of course, the fact that it is based on Charles Dickens' novel, A Christmas Carol. And of course, there are versions of the Christmas Carol that found its way into popular culture through the years in different forms. But in 2019, Apple actually won the rights after a competitive bidding war for this movie that is written by Sean Anders and John Morris. And Will Ferrell was slated to star in the movie, and Ryan Reynolds was cast opposite him in another leading role. But in November 2022, when the movie was finally released, Anders, who had previously directed Daddy's Home, was the one to direct the movie. It was released in theaters first, of course, and then it found its way into Apple TV just around Christmas time. And because, my history with Christmas time and holidays is watching a lot of Hallmark movies, I finally found my way to Apple TV to watch this movie because of Ryan Reynolds. I wouldn't have watched it had it not been a Ryan Reynolds movie. But I have to tell you, I completely loved the movie. It's Christmas Carol. The story was based in 1843 for Scrooge, who is a frugal, lowly man, and he doesn't want relationships with anybody, but one night he's visited by the ghost of his old business partner, the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future. And this movie actually takes off in the modern times with Christmas past, present, and future. And I have to tell you one, if you love musicals, you will love this movie. If you love Ryan Reynolds, there's no way you can watch this movie. And this movie is intelligently very, very, very funny. But before I tell you more about it, I would want Tasha to talk to us about this movie. Tasha, you watched it too. What do you think?
I did watch it. I think it was great. As every good movie starts, it all starts with a Karen. I thought that was such a great opener, right? This terrible Karen person, she's literally a soccer mom watching kids play soccer. They're trying to redeem her, and it sets the whole story in this very modern kind of way where I think everyone can relate to that kind of caricature of a person, and it ties it all together with the story like in such an incredible way. Like Mira said, it's a musical. So that sometimes, musicals can drag a little, but then they make fun of the fact that they're a musical and that it lasts so long. Like some of the lyrics are literally, please stop singing. And it's just, it's great. It's a really funny movie. It was done so well. I think it passed really fast, those movies that just absorb you and you don't have to kind of go, oh my gosh, when is this going to end? It was such a great film. And of course, for anything Ryan Reynolds is in, it's going to be fantastic.
Well, and one thing that I found awesome about this movie is Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds seem like actually destined for the stage, right? Like they are actors that are very versatile, and like watching them in this like more of a theatrical setting was something I like really enjoyed, because I've watched Will Ferrell since I was little, and little did I know back then he was actually like this great actor, coming in. He found his niche in the slapstick comedy, but seeing him in this like theatrical role It's awesome. And same thing with Ryan Reynolds, right? I think we can all agree on that.
These people are so talented. I can't even begin to tell you, not only with singing, but dancing. I thought the dancing for Spirited was completely off the charts. And why are we saying dancing? I have to tell you that every Ryan Reynolds movie I have watched, for some reason, there's diversity in the cast. And there's always this Indian person. There's always this Desi person, and this movie also has a Desi person played by none other than Sunita Mani, right? And she ends up hooking up with him finally, they marry or whatever in the movie. But what a wonderful diverse cast it was, and not only diverse cast of main characters and supporting characters, but also the backup characters. It was just amazing to watch.
I noticed that too about the backup dancers. Everybody was very diverse, but the unifying thing was how talented they were. Their dancing was really incredible.
Yeah,
absolutely. And in this movie, I have to tell our listeners and our viewers that Will Ferrell stars as the ghost of Christmas Present, while Reynolds is a guy called Clint Briggs, who's a social media maven with deep-rooted issues and a very big attitude problem. And I love Ryan Reynolds with attitude problems because he's inherently so funny. And I bet a lot of his scenes and a lot of his dialogues is so organic that nobody can write those. He probably came up with them himself. And of course, there is a great Octavia Spencer as Briggs' assistant in this movie, and Sunita Mani, as we
I think
said.
there was even a cameo by Jimmy Fallon. Was that right?
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon cameo.
Jimmy Fallon, a little cameo came in. So
Fallon had a little cameo. Judi Dench had a little cameo because
there's a
joke about Judi Dench, and I thought it was so funny. Well, the Ghost of Christmas Present, which is Will Ferrell, is telling Reynolds his own story, and there are times between them the chemistry is amazing between the two of them. There are times when the ghost has come to change Will Ferrell, but he goes down. He literally gets changed himself because of how good this guy is. This Briggs guy is, and there's a scene where he's telling him about his life and saying, "I've been around for 200 years," and the guy's like, "Seriously?" Literally. So he takes him back in time, and 200 years back, they go back and they go to where he was living and the life. So it's basically Scrooge. The guy was Scrooge. So then there's Judi Dench walking around, and Ryan Reynolds' character is like Clint Briggs is there. Isn't that Judi Dench? Well, first, yeah, his hair even then.
Yeah, I mean, we can't stop laughing. Like we said earlier, this was Apple TV Spirited. Definitely go check it out. Apple TV's been coming out with some great little films, here and there. And we just talked about Spirited, film that